Yeah, so I think I finished the first part of the quest, the main story quest, the main storyline. This is where winds meet. This is a Chinese version of me. I don't look like Keanu Reeves, kinda. I literally took a picture of me because in this game you can take a picture of yourself or talking to the mic and it'll create a character that kind of looks like you. I, I literally uploaded a picture of me and it gave me the Asian version of me. It kind of looked like me if I had lost a lot of weight and had a very healthy diet. But anyhow, when I started the game, it felt really overwhelming. It felt a little bit weird because, you know, as Westerners, when we find these Asian MMOs or RPGs, they're a little bit weird, a little bit too much sometimes. And I was feeling so overwhelmed. I couldn't focus on the main story quest. I couldn't focus on anything. I didn't know what anything was. And for a moment there, it was like a solid 2 or 3 hours. I was like, maybe this is not for me. This is a little bit too much, and a lot of dialogue, like a lot of kind of empty dialogue, and like just like foolish little things and so on and so forth. And I was like, oh, what the hell is this? But then I read that you have to ignore everything and just spam the main story quest. That's what I did. And then I found little by little you go deeper into the paranormal stuff, and then you start seeing that they're gonna be exploring all this ancient, very deep mythology from ancient Chinese lore and whatnot. And I think it has also a little bit of politics just mixed in. I absolutely love it. The whole thing about healing and the key and so on and so forth. So I do a lot of research on these paranormal events that are transferring to the lore as holy or as ghosts or as afterlife and whatnot. So I said, no world, you have the whole idea of Aesop and the prima materia and the ether, this force in World of Warcraft with the light and the energy and the Elder Scroll with these realms of oblivion and these gods and goddesses and these parallel realms of reality. Now here you have sort of like that. You have this bad dream where you meet the quote-unquote inner demon and you see this parallel realm as well. But what I find cool about this game is that I think we're going to explore a lot of these this key, what they call in other Eastern traditions the prana, what Nikola Tesla termed the ether, and in New World we're talking about it as the Aesop, the prima materia, this thing that goes beyond the physical world, and you start seeing all these items of the key and the spirit and so on and so forth. Further than that, than the deep mythology and the deep lore that I want to explore in this game, the game is absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of like poetry, a lot of like all of these scenes, and it's just. I feel like the developers, because this game is free, right? And everybody's afraid that NetEase, because of the past of Asian MMOs, you just want to be a cash grab and just want to be flashy with the swords and whatnot. But I think that very I actually think that for this specific game, they want to sell the cosmetics, they want to monetize the game like that, but in a sense, they just want to express and to transfer and to I don't know what's the word that I'm looking for. They just want to put forward their culture and their history, and it's just the Chinese culture and history of medieval China during distant periods. And it goes with the aesthetic, it goes with the poetry, it goes with the philosophy, it goes with all of these things. And I think they just want to put it forward and share it with the world now. And hopefully they'll make some cash with the cosmetic store and whatnot. But we don't care about spending money if you're gonna give me a good game. There's a lot of promises with this game, dealing with like look at this place, just absolutely gorgeous. The promise is that this is basically an RPG where it's basically Chinese Skyrim. It's like Asian Skyrim where you can do whatever you want in an RPG world, but then if you get tired of it, if you reach endgame, you go into multiplayer. And you kinda just treat it as an MMO. And you kinda go with friends and do PvP and beat raids and dungeons and whatnot. And it doesn't make you do anything. You can do whatever you want. That's how they are marketing the game. And this is basically, I think this could very well be the future of both MMOs and RPGs. Because this is literally what they wanted to do with Skyrim at some point. People beat Skyrim, and they did everything that you could do in Skyrim. People are still playing Skyrim. But then they were like, okay, we cannot feel alone in this world. We're gonna come up with something which was one of the most looked forward mods in Skyrim, which was called Skyrim Together, where basically they were gonna turn Skyrim into an MMO, and then they came up with Elder Scrolls Online, and Elder Scrolls Online turned into something different. But the promise of having a full-fledged, deep, very historically, philosophically, culturally, mythologically accurate MMO like this, and then have the extra MMO side of it, is like the dream come true. If they pull this game off, this is gonna be literally the future of MMOs and RPGs both. And if they pull this off, Elder Scrolls 6, mark my words right now, Elder Scrolls 6 will be a light MMO like this. I think this game has a lot of potential now. You have to push forward through the first, I would say, 6 hours, maybe 6 to 10 hours. Then you'll find like the lore, the combat, the scenery, everything. Because at first I got overwhelmed and I literally thought for the first 3 or 4 hours, oh, this game's probably not gonna be for me, which sucks because I've been hyping it for some time now. I've been trying to get some friends into it. And the whole thing about the martial arts as well, you have to say, like back there, that guy's, I don't know, training with the goose and whatnot. It's just the whole wuxia thing. Wuxia is called. I've never heard. I mean, I think I kind of heard of it before. Not really, but I did grow up watching the movies from, like, Chuck Norris comes from wuxia in a sense. Like it overlapped with the movies from Bruce Lee and Bolo Young and The End of Dragon and whatnot. These very over-the-top martial arts movies, which then they influence things like Bloodsport and Jean-Claude Van Damme and so on and so forth, this whole deep martial arts thing. But this is more in a traditional sense of dealing with the Chinese lore and so on. There's a lot of things going on in this game. And the reason why I am not so turned from it like I am from other Asian MMOs is that this game, I think it's more historical.
You got any news about Killer Blade?
Word is he was spotted in desolate woods to the south.
I don't want to move forward with the story. I just want to have a little stroll through little fields and the flowers and everything. Okay, yeah, go back into my little safe place right here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have all these menus popping all over the place, so on and so forth. But anyway, I think I want to finish with this thought about the wuxia here. The reason why I don't feel so put off from this Asian MMO as I am from some of the others is that this whole wuxia thing is basically the idea of knights, the idea of chivalry, chivalry from the traditional medieval epic fantasy. But this is just in China. This is just the Asian counterpart in the dynasty period, but it's the same. And it's like, I think, as I said, it's a little bit more historical, it's a little bit more mythological, instead of the traditional sort of like Pokemon vibe that a lot of these Asian MMOs kind of give sometimes. A little bit too cartoony, a little bit too silly, and there's a healthy dose of silliness in this game. But I think there's a lot of like deep lore, deep mythology, deep history in this game. So I'm definitely gonna give it a try. I'm gonna see if I can go beyond the lore, if they go deeper in the lore. This game just promised a lot, so yeah, I think we should give it a try, because this could be very well the future of both MMOs and RPGs. But anyway, I'm done for the night, so if anybody's watching, thank you so much for watching. And maybe I'll see you in the next one. Peace.